Hey everybody, we're back.
Yeah, and it's got a pretty weird one this time.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna try to pronounce this right. I think it's pronounced Hobi instead of Yobi, like I originally thought. Um, so this is a South Korean animated movie, and it was directed by Lee Sung Gang. He also won an Academy Award for his previous film,
NSC
My
award.
Beautiful Girl. Oh, Annecy Award. My bad. My Beautiful Girl Mari. The film was inspired by the legend of the Kumiho. Kumiho refers to foxes with multiple tails in Korean folklore and mythology.
The animation was provided by Sunwoo Entertainment. The studio has provided animation work for multiple American TV shows such as The Simpsons, Duckman, and Lilo and Stitch the series.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And people like, is that it? It's like this is one of those ones where we do not have a lot of information. All right. So the basic premise is kind of interesting. So at the beginning, we see this really uh funny looking spaceship that crashes to Earth. It has like arms and feet. It's kind of funny. Um, and I thought the design of the spaceship was cool, but I was also like, why did they need to add aliens to this movie?
I don't know why either. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So the movie kind of just starts out weird, and then we're introduced to a bunch of human children who are attending some sort of like it's a camp for kids who
Struggling
have
school, yeah.
like yeah. So I think they're doing some like test of courage or something
Mhm.
in the woods.
Hell if I know.
We don't really know why they're in the woods at night, but there are a bunch of scarecrows, and they come to life. One of the boys who it takes us a while to get to his name. It's, what is that again?
I'm trying to check. It's Guillaume. Oh, I'm probably gonna butcher this. I'm so sorry to.
Hwang Gume?
Anyway, Gomez. Possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so sorry for any Koreans listening to this.
so he was in the forest, um, and, gets chased by the scarecrows, but it turns out he dropped his dream catcher. He goes to try to get it, but we see Hobai in her,
It's fun.
in her fox form. She takes it, and I was like, I'm wondering where he got this dream catcher because I'm like, for those of you who are not aware, it's a Native American thing where the idea is that if you put them like above your bed or something, it would help capture like the bad dreams, so you only had good
Hmm.
dreams. Um, so I'm like, do they have these in Korea?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. So the next morning, we're like introduced to the kids, and the teacher's name is Yang. Um, he takes a teddy bear from the youngest kid at the camp, because apparently he thinks it's like making her weak or something. It's dumb.
Yeah, just let
So
her
then we're
cuddle
doing
the teddy.
yeah. So we're then introduced to the aliens, who are these fuzzy brown creatures with antenna, and all of them are also like wearing
Like,
metal
yeah,
diapers.
they look like diapers. It's weird. Yeah, and they've been
Hmm.
working on the spaceship for the past 100 years, and he helped to get home. And they noticed that he, he is starting to become more interested in humans because he was spying on one of the girls at the camp, looking in the mirror and started imitating her back at her home.
Yeah, I wrote the alien spy on her being nosy as hell because it's in her room and they're like peering through the door, watching her inspect herself, and then she yells at them and leaves. And it seems like she has so the thing is we're not Korean. We don't know that much about Kumiho lore.
Yeah, the culture and
Um
the folklore.
mhm. So in this Yobi has,
5 tails.
yeah, but she also has, uh, the power to, like, create stuff.
Pen.
She makes this strange sort of see-through tub creature.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I forgot she made that, oh my god.
I don't think this creature ever has a name.
Mm-mm. No.
But it talks to her, and it seems to be very knowledgeable. Um, then Yobi asks about the alien's home planet, and I thought this was interesting. They say that like their planet's like it's on the back of a creature, and everything's like alive, and then they start to like hum,
Yeah, it's
and
because the
there's like
ground
this,
sings at night.
and then there's like this little dance scene, like even a little spotlight comes on. Never talked about again.
Mm-mm. And we also find out when they attempt to take off, the UFO is fog powered. Oh god.
E- um, okay, so what happens is like they have these, those like little horses
Mhm.
from
Oh
playgrounds.
yeah.
That's how they're but naughty. So there's none of the aliens has names except for one.
Oh.
We saw him earlier. He was watching television and eating nails.
Yeah, able to
So
digest nails. Oh my god.
yeah, I guess they can eat metal. It's not really explained, but the head of his horse comes off or something, and he looks like down through the pipe,
And it
and his head gets stuck.
yeah. And oh god. And like I guess did they just establish that the UFO is fog powered or what? Because I was wondering
I
what that gas was and all those fog
Yeah,
noises. Oh god. Jeez.
and then I'm not. So this scene kind of confused me because I'm not exactly sure what Naughty did
Yeah, but they still
when his
get
head was.
yeah. Uh sorry.
So Yobi, thankfully, so what happens is the UFO starts to malfunction, but Yobi turns into a bird and takes a rope and wraps it around the UFO and saves it from
Mhm.
going over a cliff. But all the aliens get really mad at Naughty and like gang up on him.
Yeah, and because of that he decides to leave.
Now here's the thing, I don't think it necessarily was his fault, was it?
I he accidentally with that one you know on pony head off or something.
Yeah, but that was an accident. I
Yeah.
don't think he did it on purpose.
So anyway, he leaves and Yobi goes and sees this bear just staring out of the lake.
Mhm. So the moon, it was behind the clouds, but what is revealed, it changes the lake into a portal to a place called Canva, which I think is supposed to be like the underworld. Um, Yobi sticks her head in, and she's like about to fall through the portal when the tub creature pulls her out, and she explains what it is. So the bear apparently had a child, and it unfortunately died. So the bear was waiting to see the child's soul enter because they enter like birds.
Yeah, and then when they're ready to be reincarnated, they fly out. And it
Hmm.
reveals that the bear is staring at the lake because his baby he died a few days ago, and he's hoping its soul will fly out someday.
Yeah, and now this scene I thought was actually kind of sad. The bear I think is eating. Is it a piece of wood that he's eating?
Yeah, it's like a stick. It's just
Yeah,
stripping bark
and
off.
Naughty's sitting next to him, and he's obviously hungry. And the bear offers him a piece of wood. Naughty doesn't like it, and he starts to cry before he leaves. So, since Yobi is, a fox spirit, she has a really heightened sense of smell, so she uses her nose to try to find out where Naughty is. And then the aliens like started fighting among themselves, blaming the captain, who like the dude who's in charge. And they start arguing, but Yobi says That's enough. We need to go find him because if the humans find him, we're screwed. And this is when we find out that the aliens are called yo-yos.
Yo-yos? What? Oh,
Yeah.
forgot about that part.
Now, Naughty, since we mentioned how Naughty's like been obsessed with eating nails, so he sneaks into the school, but apparently they saw him because there's a chase scene. They think he's some type of animal.
Mhm.
Like the teacher brings out a book and shows a picture of the animal they think he is. Um, and then the little girl character that we mentioned.
Takes a
Um,
immediate bond to him and just hugs and cuddles him
yeah.
the whole time.
So she adopts him kind of like I think she thinks like he's a living teddy bear kind of, and he does sort of look like one. Um, so in order to like get Naughty out, so he doesn't lead them back to the other aliens. Yobi and the other aliens sneak into the school. One of them randomly shoots a mouse with a slingshot.
It
Remember that?
shoots him with the cherry, yeah.
So they make a rope. They're lowering Yobi down so she can try to get to Naughty. Now she grabs him, but for some reason,
He doesn't want to go back.
Naughty, yeah, he grabs onto the arm of the little girl. Now here's the thing: is that the little girl, I don't think she fully realizes that Naughty is a like living creature because she's constantly like hugging him too hard, almost like choking him. Um, but for some reason he wants to stay with her, so he like grabs her arm while Yobi is pulling him up. Um, and then
More and more rats
the
come in and it starts the aliens. And at first it
yeah.
seems Yobi's about to fall, and then suddenly everyone wakes up, but they at first they heard a noise, but at first everyone's back to normal, and
Mhm.
the little girl looks like familiar. Looks like she's gonna walk out, but we see the real little girl still sleeping in a sleeping bag.
It turns out it's
Hmm.
Yobi, disguised as her. Um, and this is when we see the boy again. And guy is like I was getting frustrated because in my notes I kept using like the boy and the girl because they don't reveal their names until much later. Um, but he
Gets her teddy bear back, and they talk for a bit where he reveals his dream is to be a comedian.
yep, he hates studying.
Hmm.
And so he puts on a little performance for her.
Yeah, but he's still embarrassed
And
about it, so he makes her promise not to tell anyone else, and that's when she learns about Pinky Shred for the first time.
mhm. She runs back to the woods where she gives the stuffed bear to the sad Papa Bear, which I thought was a really
Hmm.
sweet scene. But then we cut like to the next day, someone is hunting her with some very like buff dogs.
Hmm.
Um
And it's throwing these explosive
so
cards at her.
oh yeah. Um so the yo-yo's like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? We can't get Naughty back." So Yobi's like, "I'll go to the school." Now, I actually thought this was really smart on her part. She first like disguises herself as this really beautiful woman and tries to convince Yang to let her daughter join, but I wrote like in my notes, dude, don't ask if this woman is
God,
single. Cause like, okay, so the woman is very beautiful. And I'm guessing Yang hasn't had a date in a very long time, but like he is so down bad for her, like automatically.
even though she can't
And
walk in high heels, I thought that was so funny.
oh yeah, okay, that was funny. So she's in these like tall red high heels, and she ends up high heels are hard to walk in. So she ends up tripping, and I'm guessing like because she herself doesn't actually wear shoes, so I think she just saw what like human women look like and just you
Decide
know
to
copy.
copy him, yeah.
Yeah. But again, Yang is really down bad. Um, and so it works. And I think the thing is it's one of those things where they had to dumb down some of the adult characters because see what Yobi does is switches between her normal form and the adult form.
Mm.
And her tail almost comes out. The kids sort of bully Yobi a bit.
because she doesn't know anything about humans and
Mhm. And then so they have like an obstacle course. Again, this is like all these kids were sent to this camp because like they were struggling in school, and I guess this was like supposed to teach them discipline, but Yobi kind of shows off and does the like obstacle course
hmm
apparently 30 times. And she even says like, "Should I do it again?" And like, because the like in the end goes, You've already done it 30 times. You're like good." And like, even the kids are kind of like shocked that she's doing so well. Um, let's see. Then yeah, I had written in my notes again. I was like, I'm not sure why Naughty wants to stay with Doonhee. That's the little girl. Because again, she keeps on strangling him. I don't think it is on purpose. I think she just doesn't realize how rough she's being. So, okay, this is another thing. So I, I think it's only Yang and like one other teacher who's working here. I think they needed a third
hmm
person because Doonhee uh escapes the school. Thankfully, Yobi finds out where she went. Um, so we mentioned the hunter, and he has these 3 dogs, and I'm guessing the dogs are trained to sniff out supernatural stuff because they find her, and I'm guessing either sensed Naughty or they smelled Yobi's scent on Naughty because they start chasing her. Um, she runs to the train station and she runs into a nearby train. When she runs out, she almost gets hit by a train that's coming like down the tracks, but Yobi thankfully is there to save her. Um, she tries scaring the dogs away, but then this mysterious shadow comes and saves them because that didn't work. And her tail comes out again, but she manages to get Yoonhee to make a promise not to tell.
yeah,
And
Pinky's
also he's like,
promise.
yeah, June he doesn't talk for like a majority of this film. We're gonna get into that in a while. Now, there's this girl with pigtails, and before we even learn her name, you can kind of tell she's like the mean girl. Her name's Ring Ring. So when Yobi came, they were sharing a sleeping bag. Yobi accidentally turned back into her fox form while she was sleeping, and Ring Ring saw it and she screamed. But thankfully, Yobi turned back into a human. And the aliens, of course, are spying to see how everything is going, but they notice that like Yobi seems really happy with her like new life that she's starting. Then um
Yeah,
again late at
yeah.
night.
She talked to Grandme, this time not
Mhm.
disguised as a little girl.
Yeah. She like was making some leaves kind of dance to the song he sang, and she gets really excited and they talk. Um she learns the dance and the song. Ring Ring apparently was spying on them. Then
Oh yeah, the teacher wants
we're
to
back.
talk to Yobi's mom.
Okay, so Yobi being, naive and kind of not aware of, I guess, social cues, asked, the teacher why does he want to see her mother again. And he lies and says it's because she needs new clothes. But it's just again, it's
Mhm.
like he's being a little too obvious. So
The aliens
at night
steal tons of clothes hanging up in the city for Yobi. And they notice that Yobi's talking about that Guam E kid. Almost,
and we're also the tub creature is back
oh yeah.
because the dogs chase the aliens, like, off a rooftop, they almost fall, but Yobi comes with the creature and saves them.
Oh yeah, and the tub creature,
But
oh sorry.
okay, so she randomly asks the tub creature was talking about how every creature has a soul, how humans have souls, and there's a blue, but she says they only turn blue when a human falls in love, and that's when you can, like, capture their soul.
Okay, and the aliens also explained that when they, on their home planet, when they're in love, they slap each other.
I wrote, "I don't like
Mm,
that." I do not like that at all. That's such a bad Okay, so another thing is the captain basically has like a mini me. It's a smaller yo-yo, and it's been following him around the entire movie, repeating like almost everything he says. Well, then that one smacks him, and I guess he's like, "I never realized you liked me," and I'm like, "Dude, this creature follows you around and, like, repeats
Mhm.
everything you say. How did you not realize it until now?" But again, it's like, I don't like the idea that if somebody slaps you, that means they like you. That's such a bad message to send to kids. Why was this in a movie for children?
Yeah, and now you'll be disguised as a mom. It's when oh god, the teacher uh even combs his hair for this meeting, and he reveals that a lot of the kids have a lot of struggles. Like that one little girl who never talks and always hugging naughty. Turns out she's autistic.
Mhm. And here's the thing is that I even wrote, like, when, Yang asked to see Yobi's mom again, we see this kid who only walks backwards, and I wrote, "I'm starting to think these kids are all neurodivergent," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I was kinda half right,"
Hmm.
'cause, some autistic kids have a hard time talking. Um, when I was, like, working at, one of my daycares, there was a little girl, and it took her a while to start talking, like, all of her peers were talking, but she eventually learned, like, the main thing is we had to keep telling her, "Use your words," you know, "You're a big girl," and she could tell us what she wanted, she knew her name. It just for some autistic kids, it takes them a while to talk. Speech development can be delayed, so I do
Yeah, I remember.
appreciate that
Sorry.
they made this seem kind of realistic.
I mean, I didn't talk until I was 5.
Oh, really? Well,
Mhm.
you see, I had the opposite problem, people couldn't understand me. So, I do appreciate that this is one of the few films where there's some autistic representation and it is shown accurately. And this is also coming from, like, 2 autistic people. We're very, very picky about
Oh
autistic
yeah.
representation.
Like,
Mhm.
picking some
Okay.
like, some they're either, headcanons or they're the stereotypical. Like,
Mhm.
there's really any good representation.
Yeah, like, I it is very rare that we get some good autistic representation, so this movie gets 1 point, and I also do like that we get a little more information on Yang because it seems like he's actually not that bad of a guy. He's genuinely worried about the kids, and he seems like, "I'm not sure how I'm gonna help them," but it also seems like he used to be a gymnastics teacher a long time ago because he wants to teach Yobi to be a gymnast, but we also learned that, Gumi lost his mother, which it causes him to act out, which is also very accurate. A lot of times when kids are dealing with some sort of, like, traumatic experience, they act out. Um, then Ring Ring, the mean girl, wants to talk to Yobi, and she just starts off by insulting her and being really rude, and it is obvious she likes Gumi, and again, I don't like the slapping thing, but she slaps
Yobi.
Yobi, and Yobi thinks that means Ring Ring likes her.
Yeah, she says, "Oh, I didn't
Uh
know you liked me that much." Oh god.
Yobi, you're so stupid. I love you, girl, but man, okay. So now again, somehow Yoonhee found a bag of nails just lying around. Again, where's the security in this place? She's just walking around. Because again, you guys know I worked as a daycare teacher at a bunch of daycares. Like, kids were not allowed to leave our
Mhm.
site. If someone had to, like, take a kid up front, there at least needed to be, like, 2 teachers in the room still. So I'm just like, why are there not more teachers here? It can't just be 1 guy because he has a lot of kids. Um, so then the teacher is in town. Okay, so this scene I thought was kinda dumb. So we mentioned that hunter from
Mhm.
earlier. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Hunter because he's never given a name. Um and the hunter approaches him, and then, like, the next scene, we see the hunter and his 3 buff dogs in the car with the teacher, and literally, they just, like, met a second ago, and Yang apparently just automatically trusts him, because the hunters Mr. Hunter's talking about, like, he has a vendetta against all fox spirits, all kumihos, because one of his ancestors was killed by one, and so I wrote, "So for reasons unclear, Yang believes this strange man and lets him come to the school to try to capture the fox." No, dude, you don't know this man. You just met him, and like this is also something that gets me. I was mentioning how it seems like the adults have to be a little stupider. Yang kind of just automatically believes Mr. Hunter about the fox spirit. And then later some of the other adults almost seem to believe it. We'll get to that. So yeah, he lets them come to the school. He sets up a tent. Mr. Hunter's telling the kids, that these creatures are dangerous. And so at night, we see him plastering these pieces of paper. I think they're supposed to be like a type of talisman. Um, I've seen them a lot in various like Asian media. Like for example, if y'all remember Sailor Moon, Sailor Mars, she's a is it a Shinto priestess? I think she's a Shinto
Yeah,
priestess.
priestess.
I'm gonna I'm gonna double check, but she her big thing is like she actually has like a connection to like spirits and stuff. And like when she first shows up, one of the things she uses is like a piece of paper that has like symbols on it, and they actually work. Um, so I think that's like what these are.
And let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Miko. Yeah, Shinto Shrine. All right, I was right. So I think that's what those are supposed to be like. And they actually do work. So this hunter, while he seems really weird, he does have like the skills to back up what he's saying.
Yeah. So, and then so see at night that Yobi is in a lot of pain because of these papers.
But that shadow from before comes back and like helps her and then tells her to follow him. She listens. I guess she was never taught about stranger
Mhm.
danger. And she's like leads her to this long winding staircase that falls apart. She runs up it and then she's like in a wedding. She exited and then she's like in this office of Detective Shadow. Um Now again, I think because Yobi was not really taught to not trust strangers, she believes this guy automatically. Um he says he can help Yobi become a human and gives her the special box. He tells her the spell to cast and then transfer back to the school. Gumi gives her his dream catcher because um it's very obvious that he likes her. Um but he like says it's because you're my friend and then runs away because he's all embarrassed. Now, okay, so this scene bothered me a bit. So the kids are on a bus tour, as one does, and wherever they're going, I guess the road is really bumpy. Now, that kid who walks backwards decided to take all the paper talismans. Um, and I guess, he doesn't realize that Yobi is a fox, a Kumiho. Um, and it is affecting her. She's like slumped against the wall. She's not really talking or moving. Um, so see, I wrote, and since the ride is bumpy and since Naughty sucks, he's eating nails. So this scene really bothered me because I don't know if Naughty's just stupid or if he didn't think this through, but what happens is as he takes a handful of nails to eat them, what happens is the car goes over a bump, the nails go flying, the window was open, so one of the nails goes outside, and naturally the bus runs over the nail, and the bus like starts to swerve out of control.
Yeah, but as it goes off the side of the road, apparently Yobi transforms into a bunch of things to help it land safely or crash safely, I should say.
Yeah, she like transforms it into like a big inflatable bird kind
Mhm.
of. It like envelops the bus so the kids and everybody else in the bus is okay. They do have to go to the hospital, of course, just to check them up, but thankfully nobody got hurt. However, when the bus landed, um, Naughty runs off the bus, and I'm not sure if this is him realizing he put like Yoonhee in danger or something. I don't know that. And oh, also, Gumi accidentally saw Yobi's tail, so I think so then also that little box that Yobi was given, it turns out it's like a robot. and it leaves the hospital, but then it gets sucked up by a garbage sweeper. So I think in this scene it's night again. Yobi is at the hospital, and I think she leaves because she realizes that she's putting these kids in
Mhm.
danger. Um, Gumi, of course, sees her and he follows her. And once again, little Junhee, the escape artist, she also leaves the hospital. And I think she was searching for Naughty because, as we mentioned, he left.
Mhm.
But again, I think it's because I've worked with kids, but also I was one of those children who used to just wander off and scare the crap out of my mom. This really bothers me just because, again, she's autistic. And as we mentioned, she hasn't spoken for years. So I just it's like it's really, really irresponsible to not keep an eye on her, like an extra eye on her just because, she's too young to be walking around herself and she leaves at night. This is how kids get kidnapped,
Mhm.
people.
And so, oh, while Guami's trying to look for her, he runs into Yobi in a fox form, and barely escaped that hunter's three buffed up, roided out dogs.
Um, and then they, fall into, like, a trap door that leads to the basement of the, like, aliens' homes. Um And they're all, like, hiding, and Gumi accidentally sees him, but I think Yobi, casts, like, a spell on him or hypnotizes him to fall asleep.
Hmm. Yeah, and so he wakes up in the woods, and the hunter presses him about Yobi because they think that the hunter is convinced that Yobi kidnapped the girl, even though she didn't.
Mhm. 'Cause, Yohi's parents are at the school, and the mom, of course, is furious. I would be too. Um, and then also Ring Ring tattles Yobi out for no reason. I don't know why, but she's, like, really terrified of Yobi in her fox form. But I wrote here as, like, a little side note, why does everyone automatically believe the hunter? Because there are 2 police officers here, and they seem to be believing this hunter's story. Now, again, we know the hunter is right, but, the thing is, it's just, again, it just seems like everyone's believing his story. And, technically, they do have kids to back it up, but it's just like, you know, kids have a tendency to also use their imagination and stuff. So it's just like, why does everyone believe the hunter that there's a kumiho in the forest? It's dumb.
Mhm. Yeah, so they go out to the forest, and that's when at first it seems like Yobi's about to be exposed, but the little girl comes riding in on the bear, and she's finally able to speak.
Yeah. She says, I was with Uncle Bear. But also, okay, another thing is, uh, Yobi pretended to be her mom. Then she goes into the alien's house and comes out. Um, And, like, the hunter, like, tried to intimidate young little Yobi with the dogs, and I was sitting here like, "Why are the other adults not doing anything?" I mean, again, I know they really kind of believe in the hunter, but it's like he's threatening a child. Guys, come on. But thankfully, Uncle Bear shows up, scares the crap out of the dogs. Um,
Yeah, and then
but we also so the thing is we also saw Naughty in, like, the tall grass waving goodbye to Junhee, so I think he did really like Junie, but he realizes that he, like, couldn't stay with her.
mhm, yeah, and that's when Yobi he decides to go back home to the aliens. But
Mhm.
Guam E, Yumi, fuck it, and he goes to the house to try to apologize to Yobi. He, and it's there that uh, they don't seem to notice that the little device is there, and
Mhm.
that's when his sword begins to glow blue. And before the device can steal his soul, the hunter comes back uh, to hinder. Yobi's transformation powers to turn her back into a fox, and then begins to sick the dogs on her. But Grommy snatches Yobi and runs away with her as the dogs chase after them. And then a both fall into a lake where,
The same lake from the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah, where Grommy turns into a bird. I mean, which it's supposed to be his soul. And that's when Yobi finds herself in a wintry land, and she finds this one small shop that has a bunch of bird cages in it. So she enters and sees a big stockpile of bird cages, all with birds representing souls. And that's when his shadow reappears, as claiming that he'll help her find Guami's soul. Well, but after she finds him, she's chased by these rabbit spirit things.
So the thing is I know in like a lot of not just Korean cultures, but in a lot of Asian cultures, rabbits feature heavily in what's it called? Mythology.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah, like the rabbit in the moon in Japanese culture, and yeah. But before he frees him, that device I steals Esquami's soul and sucks it in, and that's when the shadow figure reveals that he wanted the human soul all along so he can have a body.
Yep. Once again, Yobi was too trusting because it turns out that the box was like his heart, and he basically, lied to her, tricked her, and I think it seems that
Yeah, like he forms a new
he might have
body
been
out of the buildings, the rocks of the
yeah.
mountains.
Now it seems like he might have been a human or something because he complains about not having a soul and like just being stuck as a shadow. Um Again, they don't go into detail. However, they're like these sort of snow spirits that
The bunny
try to
spirits,
help.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's also like so the thing is I the video I found, the quality was not that fantastic, but there's like these sort of like snow hands that try to help Yobi get the soul. But then yeah, the bunnies come and start to destroy the body. Um so she manages to tailor out the heart. Mr. Shadow, the giant falls apart, and then Mr. Shadow is taken away by spirits, and he begs them not to kill him, like the scene in Ghost where that one dude is taken away. Um,
And
so
sorry.
once it oh, go ahead. No, you go
And
ahead.
this is when those bunny spirits form into this creature who has multiple heads who all talk in unison.
Creepy.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's from it might be from Korean mythology, but man, it was creepy. The voice is also really creepy as well, but they basically are telling her that, the amount of souls have to stay the same, and, it was not, I guess, time for Yumi to be re reincarnated, but, Yobe, I think, feels, like, responsible for what happened to him, so when they make a new cage for him, she grabs it and tells him to fly away, and it takes her soul.
Yeah.
So I think okay, so the ending's a little unclear. We see the bear holding Yobi, and I think she died.
Apparently, and Grami, he wakes up, but there's no Yobi in sight as he prepares to return home with the other kids. And we cut back to
And
the spirit.
they're leaving the
Sorry.
camp.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, keep going.
And we cut back to that a spirit world from before, where the multi-headed headed being finally reaches Yobi's soul, saying it's time for her to go. And that's when
And
she's able to hold the dream catcher and gets reincarnated. At least we see this one girl who finds it, who looks like Yobi in a human form, and they hint she might have been reincarnated or what.
mhm.
Yeah, this was a little confusion.
Now, This is like a movie so the thing is, we've been doing this show for about what? Think almost 3
Yeah,
years?
almost a yes.
Um, and we have watched a lot of garbage. This is not awful. It's just
Confusing.
it's confusing. Not only is this confusing, um, but there's a lot going on.
Mhm.
I'm happy I took notes because I feel like I would have forgotten a lot of stuff. Cause like, okay, we got the
Mhm.
aliens, we got the kids at the school, we have Yui and Naughty's relationship, we have Yobi and Gumi's relationship, there's just so much going on. And I also mentioned this for some reason, some of these characters, they were just like,
Really stupid.
hey, yeah, it's just they also like for some reason it take like I mentioned their their uh their names.
Yeah, like we don't get introduced to the names until very, very late into the film.
Um and also the thing is so in this we already kind of have a conflict. You don't always have to have like um a villain per se. You can have a conflict. And like the conflict is Naughty gets taken in by the humans, they have to save him, but then we're introduced to the hunter who's hunting Yobi, and then we're also introduced to Mr. Shadow, who also is an antagonist. Um, I don't really think it needed Mr. Shadow. I think this movie should have made a choice if the villain was gonna be the hunter or Mr. Shadow, because like, at the end was super rushed.
Hmm. Yeah, like, and yeah, I didn't understand if Yobi was reincarnated if or what. Yeah, like I. So what would you give this?
So, here's the thing, I thought the animation was good.
Mm.
I liked a lot of the character designs. I liked Yobi's
Mhm.
design.
Oh yeah, human design was adorable.
Yeah, and I think actually she did make me enjoy the movie, um, a bit more, so I think I'm gonna be, like, nice and at least give this a 3
Yeah, three
because this,
sounds
like, wasn't
about right. Like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't mind blowing either.
yeah. This, like, wasn't garbage, it's just there's a lot of issues, I think really, like, the pacing is, like, probably the main issue as well as, I think also this might have had too many characters, but,
Hmm.
like, again, this is, like, something that's very very inoffensive. This is not something and again, we've been doing this, like, for 3 years. We've watched a lot of garbage.
Hmm.
Um, this is again, while it is flawed, it is not terrible. So, next up, okay, we as always, we gotta start with the bad news. I'm gonna let you go first, Jad.
Media mogul Ted Turner dead at 87.
Boo.
Yes, for those who don't know Ted Turner, he's the founder of Turner Broadcasting, and he was one of the pioneers of cable television. Like instead of just having the few local channels, what if you can have like several channels all dedicated to a lot of stuff? Like he's the founder of CNN, but more importantly, he's the founder of Cartoon Network.
Mhm.
Like he's the one who
And,
gave. Oh,
like
sorry.
no, you go ahead.
Like he's the one who gave Hanna-Barbera a renaissance in the 90s with a lot of 90s shows. I was like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo. Oh, and yeah, like he helped spearheaded TV animation, and instead of just being starting one cartoon fodder.
Mhm. And he also was a huge, like, environmentalist,
Hmm.
so this is, like, one of the few, like, media moguls that people actually, like, liked. Um, so yeah, unfortunately I mean, he was an older man, so it's not like, uh he like he was, super young or anything. Um,
Yeah.
did it say how he died? Did it
Not
say how he died?
sure. I can only imagine old age.
Yeah. See, he
Oh,
lived
Lewy body
in what?
dementia. Progressive brain
Oh,
disorder that
that's
affects memory and cognitive functions. He was diagnosed with it in 2018, and I guess that's what made him retire.
okay. So I'm just gonna read this real quick. As a philanthropist, he founded the Goodwill Games, the Better World Society, the Nuclear Threat Initiative, and the Turner Foundation. He pledged in 1970. In 1997, he pledged a record 1 billion to create the United Nations Foundation. So he
Wow.
was a very charitable person, and also, I'm not sure if they have these everywhere, but, he started Ted's Montana Grill, which is a chain of eco-friendly restaurants, and the their main thing is, like, it's all bison.
Mhm.
It's really good, I highly recommend it, and all the meat came from raised on land that Turner owned. um Hell, even Trump, you know how nasty he is, actually said Ted Turner was one of the greats.
And yet he
Broken
used it to
clocks, right
take a
once.
chance to dump on CNN like he always does.
Of course. Okay. So, this is still sort of a newer, thing, but I thought it was important to talk about. So, I was not aware of this guy until this happened. There is a live streamer. I mean, I'm using that term lightly because he didn't really play. It doesn't seem like he actually really played video games. His name was, he called himself Chud the
Oh
Builder. His
God.
real name is Dalton Earthly. Um, so his thing is that he would go to public places and start being racist towards black people
Oh God.
unprovoked.
Now I remember this this YouTube channel I followed, Double Toasted. They talked about him and the shit he was putting in Asheville. It was
Okay, so
disgusting.
and apparently, like Jad mentioned, he's from Tennessee. People in Tennessee hated him because I was on Reddit when the story broke,
Mm.
and somebody from Tennessee said how they've been like trying to get him off the streets. Well, I'm guessing this guy thought he was more important than he was because he decided to shoot an unarmed black man.
In front of a courthouse.
Yes, not only did he shoot himself, he is now in custody with bond set at $1.25 million.
Holy crap.
He is also facing additional charges, including employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment. So there's no world where this guy is getting out of jail, but also like
And not to mention he
not
bragged
only
about it
the
on Twitter. Like, that's not gonna
yes.
help your case at all, man.
And the thing is I think he also said in the video he wouldn't get caught. He got caught.
Ha! Pry his
Oh,
ass.
it sucks to be this guy. There's this like I was watching a short on YouTube, and this it was a black woman, and she said, "Man, race is expensive for y'all." And I'm like, it is true. I think he thought he would be lauded as a hero, but the guy he shot didn't do anything wrong. And the person he shot at was a disabled veteran, and even said, "I have PTSD." So again, this whole thing is just it's a clusterfuck for him, and I'm happy. Screw this guy. He sucks.
Yeah, this video
All
is
right,
when
so
I
this is
first
not
heard about him. Is those
what?
double toasted guys. They usually do movie reviews and comment on current events, and this is when I first heard about
Mhm.
this asshole.
Okay, I'll check that out
Okay, let's
afterwards.
see.
So this next one, it's not really it's kind of a new story, but I thought it was important for us to talk about it since we are, a media podcast.
Mhm. Blue Dot Fever explain why it's affecting concert tours in 2026. What is Blue Dot Fever?
All right, so I'll explain this because um like I said, I'm on Reddit, and one of the like subreddits I'm a part of is an entertainment one, and a lot of articles in like the past few weeks have been posting about how like musicians who are on tour have been canceling their shows and tours. So it was so first there was, like, Meghan Trainor, and then it was Pussycat Dolls, and then Zayn Malik of One Direction fame also canceled their tours. So, the reason they call this Blue Dot Fever is, like, when you go look for tickets for, like, a show, um, the, like, seats will be sort of, like, in blue, and you'll see a bunch of blue dots, meaning there's a lot of open seats. So a lot of artists are not selling enough tickets to justify their tours, so in order to save money, they're just canceling the tours altogether. And this is, this has been affecting, like, a lot of artists, and then, like, even in the article, they bring up, "But didn't artists like Taylor Swift sell out stadium after stadium?" Now here's the thing, I am not a Swiftie, but I can't deny her popularity. She's complete. That's, like, not the same, like, do you even, Jad, do you know who Pussycat Dolls are?
No.
Do you know who Meghan Trainor is?
No. I don't
So
follow a lot of musicians, okay?
no, I'm not trying to shame you, it's just the thing is, you know who Taylor Swift is, even
Oh,
though you've
yeah,
never really
yeah.
listened to her music.
Like,
So, see, the thing is, um, Jad is more of a musical girly, which is totally fine,
mhm,
but he knows who Taylor Swift is.
mhm. Of course,
So
like,
the thing is, it
Swifties
has
and how she was a big deal.
mhm. So it makes sense that her tickets would sell out. She's like a major star, but other musicians do not have the popularity she
Mm,
does. Like another example is Beyonce. Everybody knows
of
Beyonce. It's
course.
Queen Bey's world. We're just living in it. So of course she will she'll sell out a stadium. But the thing is that a lot of these artists just don't have the popularity to sell tickets. And the thing is right now we're going, I think, through like what, our fourth recession at this point.
Basically, yeah, I
Um
lost count out of how many I lived in my lifetime.
yeah, and I remember, like, I think there was a really popular artist, I can't remember who it was, I was looking at their tickets, and like, even the cheap ones were expensive, they were, like, $150. I recently went to go see Baby No Money. Baby No Money is popular, but he is not on, like, the same level as, say, Lil Wayne or other really iconic rappers, but it was sold out, like, the cheapest ticket was 89 bucks, and the place was packed. The most expensive tickets were like $300, but those were the VIPs where you like got to sit in an actual chair. And then afterwards, you would get to meet Baby No Money, take a picture with him. He would sign stuff for you. So that makes sense that those were more expensive. But like some of the base prices for the tickets are just way too much. And people just can't afford like $200 to drop on a ticket.
Mhm. Yeah, isn't that so this is about basically Ticketmaster price gouge and everything, right?
Yeah. And just again, it's a recession indicator.
Mhm. It's okay, let's see.
I think we will see more artists canceling their tours, unfortunately.
Hmm. And oh, this one I'm really excited about.
I know you are. What is it, Jad?
Official
It
teaser
is the
trailer for
teaser.
Resident Evil. Oh, sorry, that was your shit.
No, it's fine, but you were excited. I wanted you to say it.
Yeah, so, yeah, this is from director Jack Kreger, director of Weapons and Barbarian. And,
This is the first one, right?
yep.
Based on the first game? Okay.
Yeah, well, he said it's gonna be set in the same universe, but not a direct adaptation of any one game. And
Okay.
because of that, people who haven't even seen it yet are really, judgy and pissed off, saying, "Oh, where's Leon? Where's Ada? Where's Chris? Where's Jill?" And look, it
This is
seems
just
like,
the teaser trailer.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we still got Raccoon City, and it seems interesting that it's going to be taking place in the winter. Like, there's one area where the zombies are on the rooftops, and they notice him on the streets, and they just start walking off the roofs and just crashing down on the cars and everything.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to one of these scenes where like a bunch of arms were coming out of a door. It was
Yeah.
very disturbing.
Like, Yeah, and Krager says he's really excited, especially with what the T virus in the games can create some really fucked up monsters.
Oh yeah.
Like those who aren't familiar, the T virus it was an engineered virus by the Umbrella Corporation, the pharmaceutical company, but it's
Boo,
really
umbrella.
yeah, but it's really a front for their true business, developing bioweapons. And they were hoping to use it to create new beasts of war, which is why there was a zombie outbreak and a lot of fucked up monsters in the first several Resident Evil games. And not to mention, they even managed to convince the US government to drop a freaking nuke on Raccoon City just to cover up their work.
Hmm.
D-
Never trust corporations, no matter
Mm-mm.
what. All right. So a while ago, we heard that Matt Burley, the man behind Amphibia, had a movie in the works at Sony. However, for some reason, Sony did a stupid, and we're like, we are not gonna continue this. However, there's good news because his Thai fantasy movie Afterworld has been rescued by another studio.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. So I think I've talked about this before. One of the reasons I kind of wasn't originally worried about Matt Braley is because again he created Amphibia, which is considered to be like one of the best Disney animated shows in recent years. And when he revealed what happened, people supported him and helped crowdfund his next project, that Nutcracker series he's now working
Oh
on.
yeah.
But I was also thinking, I have a feeling this is not gonna be the last we hear of his film, and I was right, because the, Bangkok studio, the Monk Studios, has picked up the film, and let me see, is okay.
Story follows a teenage boy who travels into the world of Thai spirits to seek a cure for his illness just before undergoing a very scary and life-altering operation necessary to live.
So it seems also like the studio is actively seeking co-production partners,
Hmm.
um, and investors. It doesn't say, like, so right now it's still kind of, like, in the air. We don't know when this is gonna be, like, released, but this is really, really good news. Um, and yeah, again, I knew Matt Braley was gonna be okay,
Hmm.
and I have a feeling the movie's gonna be
Oh
great,
yeah,
so it's like
and he co-wrote the script with Rebecca Sugar, creator of Steven Universe.
mhm. Yeah, so again, we know it's gonna be good.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see.
Alright, this one is you.
Oh, teaser for Don Hertzfeldt's Paper Trail. So, my favorite animated movie is It's Such a Beautiful Day. I don't know if you know that. And it's directed by
Yes, I
Don
do.
Hertzfeldt, a experimental, very indie, like so indie that a lot of his characters are stick figure drawings. And this is a teaser for his next film, Paper Trail. It doesn't really show a whole lot, but we don't do know it seems to be going into Sundance as it won the Special Jury Award for Creative Vision. Oh, nice!
And I do remember we did review,
It's such a beautiful day. Yeah.
yeah, and it is, despite it being, like, all stick figures, it is so beautiful. So, I'm looking forward to this. I know
Mhm.
you're looking forward to it because, like you said, that is your favorite movie.
With
Um,
animated movie, yes.
so yeah, so I'm excited for this too. Okay, and now we have another horror movie trailer. This is Evil Dead Burn. The
Hmm.
Evil Dead franchise is back, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
hell yeah! Yeah, and already it seems like we're gonna be in for some brutality.
Yeah, so the little blurb says after the loss of her husband, a woman seeks solace in her in-laws and their secluded family home. As one by one, they are transformed into deadites, turning the gathering into a family reunion from hell. She comes to discover the vows she took in life live on even in death. Ooh.
Yeah, like already you can tell things are gonna get going as the family starts scrapping at several sharp utensils and a corkscrew. Oh,
Mm.
and there's this one scene that made me cringe a bit where this one woman was just drinking hot wax from a candle and it was burning her lips.
No, thank you.
Yeah, like they've been really amping up the go in these newer Evil Dead movies. Like, there's this one scene where a possessed deadite woman starts chewing glass, saying, "I gotta kill the creepy crawlies in my stomach." And as she swallows, you can
Mhm.
see little bits of glass poking out from her throat.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's surprising, and what they're able to do in these movies, especially when
Mhm.
a majority of it's practical effects. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. This is not gonna be for the screamers.
Nope. Oh my God, her fingers.
Oh, you got to that part. Oh, God. Oh my.
Okay, I'm just gonna say whoever's, like, doing the makeup in this has
Oh, Dead-Eye Dog.
done a really good job. No, not the dog. Oh, no.
Oh,
No, you had set the scene. No!
oh, you got to the wax part. Oh, God.
Yeah, I
Yes.
agree. If you are squeamish, do not watch this. Oh god!
Oh, oh, you got to the utensils in the dishwasher. Oh my.
Yes. Oh my
Yep.
god. Whew, intense. Okay.
But we're not done with the horror yet, cause it's just you and me.
Nope. Think this is you.
Okay, Kurt Russell's controversial The Devil's Restoration will be Warner Brothers Clockwork's first release. So, bit of a history. Ken Russell, he was known for his provocative films. It's like, let me see here. He directed the Academy Award-winning romance drama Women in Love, which I believe if it follows a relationship between two sisters and two men in a mining town in post-World War One England. And it explores the nature of commitment and love, and this, the
Oh, he
Devil's,
also did Tommy.
mm-hmm, yeah, but possibly his most controversial work is The Devils, which follows a 17th century Roman Catholic priest accused of witchcraft, and it also focuses on a nun who's sexually repressed. It's
Of course.
it focuses on how authoritarians use faith as an excuse to remain in power, as well as the negative consequences of repressing your sexuality. Like this film, it had to undergo multiple cuts in order to avoid an X rating back in the day. Like there's one unseen where the nun began stroking off a candle, like it was a dick, and possibly the most controversial scene, which was only described as the rape of Christ.
Oh god.
Yeah, and because of that, at the time it received negative reviews for its violent and sexual images, as well as a lot of people consider it to be blasphemous. And because of that, Warner Brothers sided away from re-releasing it. Like, I don't think this day it ever got a DVD release or even released on streaming services. And the director's cut, which
Wow.
was Ken Russell's originally version, and it only had one release. He's at a film festival in London back in 2005, which was like 6 years before his death, I believe.
Oh wow.
But in possibly the most shocking news, Warner Brothers announced that not only is the uncut version getting a 4K restoration, but it's also getting a limited theatrical release this October. Uh,
Interesting.
and
Okay.
hoping they can use it to kick off the Clockwork banner, which we talked about in the past episode, which is for
So,
sorry.
I was just, like, thinking what a interesting, like, filmography this guy has, because like I mentioned, he did Tommy, the musical with The Who, but also in that same year, he released the movie Listomania, which is a very surreal biography about the, 19th century composer Franz Liszt, which I've considered adding to, our
Oh,
list.
nice.
And it kinda seems like he has a theme about like, sex seems to be a very reoccurring theme in
Mhm.
his stuff, apparently. Interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely a huge win for a lot of film advocates and directors. Like I remember Guillermo del Toro was very critical of Warner Brothers keeping this the uncut film locked away in its archives. Like they even turned down on selling it to the Criterion Collection, who wanted to re-release
What?
it. Yeah, like both the
That
Criterion Collection
doesn't make sense.
and Shudder tried to buy the rights to this movie, but in the past, but Warner Brothers said no. But it seems like now the director's original vision is actually getting a more wider release. So I can only imagine how many Christians are gonna be really pissed
They're
about this.
gonna hate this,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. But considering how our own government is trying to censor a lot of stuff right now, I think right now we need a lot more transgressive and provocative films like this.
Oh, I wholeheartedly
Hmm.
agree. All right, so there are some good news. Conan O'Brien will return to host the Oscars for a third consecutive year. So far, it seems like he's
Woo!
probably the most popular host,
Mhm.
but he's very charismatic and also genuinely funny. But also, he's not afraid to be a little more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Um,
I don't want to say controversial, but like I remember. I don't think it was. I can't. I would think it was the year before because it was the same year that Kendrick Lamar performed at the Super Bowl. And he made a joke, it's like, "This is the part where we come on stage and make jokes about Drake, like, being a pedophile."
mhm.
Like, he doesn't hold, back on stuff, but again, also, like, uh, I feel like if you're gonna be like, the host of the Oscars, you have got to be charismatic, and some of the past hosts were not that
Yeah,
great.
no. Like I think the last
Like,
one I remember laughing at was Jon Stewart.
I actually, Seth MacFarlane was actually
Oh
pretty good
yeah.
as a host. Regardless of what people think
Mhm.
about him, he's actually
I
very
God, I
talented.
remember that one skit of Flight reenacted with sock puppets.
He
Mhm.
is, like, really talented, it's kind of one of the reasons he, like, I think he, like, decided not to be a writer on Family Guy anymore, is because it was going in a different direction, and now he just does the
Yeah,
voices, but yeah.
burnout.
Mhm. So, yeah, I'm probably going I don't know if I'm gonna watch the Oscars yet next week, but I
Mm,
probably will watch, like, the compilations people make of all his jokes.
yeah,
Again, he's very genuinely
I remember
funny and knows what he's doing.
the ending cracked me up. Where at first it seems like the Academy's offering him to be a permanent host, and as he's settling into his new office, gas starts filling the room, and he finds out all the doors and windows are locked. And as he slowly suffocates, the name tag on his desk, Conan O'Brien, gets taken off and replaced by Mr. Beast. God,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Okay, you've got this next one.
Woohoo! First look at Metasonic in Sonic the Hedgehog 4 as filming wraps up.
He looks perfect.
Oh yeah, like he looks just like he does in the games.
Mhm.
Like yeah, he was already teased at the end of at the after credit scene in Sonic the Hedgehog 4 3. Yeah, the last one they did. And then yeah, he looks amazing. Like for those of you who don't, oh sorry, you were gonna say?
No, you go ahead.
For those who are unaware, Metal Sonic was created by Dr. Eggman to be a superior to Sonic in every way. Like he recently had flight capabilities and could match Sonic's speed, but his defeat gave him an existential crisis, to the point where he wanted to be better than Sonic, and even began telling himself that he's the real Sonic. Like, and it also got to the point where he and found out he's able to copy biodata and all the moves and powers of any organic being he looks at. He started copying Sonic's moves, Shadow's chaos control, and even Eggman's intelligence.
So it backfired
Hmm.
yet again.
Yep, after his defeating Sonic Heroes, Eggman did rebuild him, but purged all rebellion from his system. So now he's still just as powerful, but now 100% obedient to his creator. Mm.
I can't tell if he is a puppet or if it
I think it's
is
a stand-in, so the actors have something to look at while
okay.
they're recording, and so instead of
I'm
just
glad
talking
that
to
they
thin air.
actually
Mhm.
put in the details to make him look, like game accurate. Like I didn't really grow up with Sonic, but I've slowly over the years start to, I have some of the old Sonic games. I'm gonna
Mhm.
play them and everything. And I think like the people I know who like Sonic makes me kind of excited
Mhm.
for this. And like I still haven't seen the other uh movies. I need to get on watching them. But the first Sonic movie was really good.
Oh yeah, it surprised me. Like,
Yeah, and I'm so glad they changed Sonic's design.
oh yeah, one
It
of
was
few
so
few times where a major studio actually listens to the fans, and not to
for
mention
the
they
better
actually
too.
delayed the film so as not to rush it, cause they knew they would
Yeah.
have to reanimate all the scenes.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say this, the Sonic fandom is notorious for being,
Picky,
uh, uh
a rabbit.
yeah, and also yeah, rabid, so it's like, dude, there's no way the Sonic fandom would have, like, welcomed this movie with open arms if you have kept that
Yeah,
Sonic
honestly, I
design,
don't
because
think
then it's
we'd
like,
even get at this far if they kept his old design.
oh, yeah. Oh, no, there's no way we wouldn't have gotten Knuckles or Tails or Shadow or any of the other characters in the movie. There's no way we would have gotten this
Hmm.
far if it had been that ugly. Alright, so y'all know Sam Raimi. Most people know him because of the Spider-Man films, but he also has a history in horror. I think,
He's a
like,
creator of Evil
yeah,
Dead,
yeah, yeah, yeah. What made him famous was the Evil Dead trilogy.
Drag Me to Hell, and most recently Send Help.
Which I heard was really good. I haven't got a
Yeah,
chance
I
to
got
see it,
around to
but
it too. It's on Disney Plus now.
yes. So he is apparently doing an adaptation of the film Magic. So this was apparently, I think, before Anthony Hopkins starred in Silence of the Lamb. It is it's based on a novel by William Goldman, and it was turned into a 1978 film that was directed by Richard Attenborough. So in this movie, Hopkins played a ventriloquist who finds a ventriloquist dummy that ends up controlling him um, and ruins his life. Like Anthony Hopkins' character is trying to you know, find love, and the puppet, I guess, is not okay with that, so he um, root yeah, it says, yeah. Hopkins turned a 40 gross creepy performance that precedes his Oscar-winning work in Silence of the Lambs years later. Um, Let me see, I don't think it has a release date, we just know that it is coming from Lionsgate.
Oh boy.
Mhm. However, it seems like this is promising because, what the CEO of Lionsgate's Motion Picture Group, Adam Fogelson, said the script is fantastic, and we could not be more excited to see Sam's directions of creative vision. So I'm going to be cautiously optimistic. I mean, Sam Raimi is good. He's really good at horror, and he's also had a lot. I think he's had more hits than misses. I'm going to be completely
Almost
honest.
definitely. He like he also directed the Doctor Strange and sequel Multiverse of Madness, which was
Mhm.
ridiculously insane. Like it was an
Oh
absolute
yeah,
mind
and
fuck in the best way.
and see, I still haven't seen that one, but like everyone says that while it's, like, not perfect, they think that having Sam Raimi directed helped elevate
Yeah,
it.
like even
Um,
without getting released in China, it outgrossed the first film.
oh, yeah. Like, the people say this one's better than the first one, and I'm gonna be honest, while Spider-Man
Mhm.
3 is not perfect, there is still a lot of stuff in there that's, like, genuinely good, like, when Sandman starts turning into Sandman, you see a bit of Raimi's, like, horror, influences peeking through because that is a very harrowing scene.
And
He's watching his, like, body
yeah,
slowly turn to sand. Legitimately terrifying.
definitely. Okay, let's see here. And oh, am I next? You.
You're next.
Ooh, K-pop
What
Demon
is it,
Hunters
Jack?
getting a tour.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah, it was
surprised. Are
inevitable.
you? Yep.
I mean, K-pop
I already
Demon
signed up
Hunters is
to
the most watched movie in Netflix history, and
mhm. I
what's that?
I already signed up to make sure I get notifications for, like,
Oh,
where
oh
they're gonna
shit! I better
be,
do that too. Let's
because we
see,
know these tickets will go fast.
September 24.
So, it says we're getting a live music extravaganza. We'll bring elements of the two-time Oscar-winning film to life. There are no cities or dates or on sale information right now. We just know that it is happening. So I'm not sure how they're going to do this. Like if they're going to have the original singers for like the Huntrix and the Saja Boys. But either way, I am excited.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Okay, let's see here.
This one's me. All right. So we actually have a lot of really cool animation news. So y'all remember Guillermo del Toro? For a while, he was talking about how he wanted to adapt Pinocchio, and he finally got to do it with Netflix in a very beautiful stop motion film that won him an Oscar. Um, well, he is currently working on another stop motion film based on the book The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I'm not sure. Okay, so here's the synopsis of the book. In post-Arthurian Britain, the wars that once raged between the Saxons and the Britons have finally ceased. Axel and Beatrice, an elderly British couple, set off to visit their son, whom they haven't seen in years. And because a strange mist has caused mass amnesia through the land, they scarcely remember anything about him. As they are joined on their journey by a Saxon warrior, his orphan charge, and an illustrious knight, Alice and Beatrix slowly begin to remember the dark and troubled past that they share. So Del Toro has described that his next animated feature as a fascinatingly difficult and stop movie for adults, which I'm actually kind of looking forward to.
Oh, awesome! It's gonna be so it's not gonna be for families then, and like unlike
Mm-mm.
Pinocchio, it's gonna be darker.
Yeah. And I've also noticed when it comes to like a lot of stop motion films, there are a lot of ones that are really not for children,
Yeah, they get pretty dark.
which I actually, appreciate because I feel like some of like the best stop motion films are ones that I think deal with very heavy subject matter. Like one of them is called Max and Mary, and it is a very sweet but sad story about an autistic man who ends up being a pen pal to a young girl in like Australia, I think.
Oh yeah,
It's really
that
good.
director also did that Memoirs of a Snail. I keep forgetting to
Mhm.
watch that one.
Yeah, I want to watch that too. Alrighty, this one's you.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, not even Mortal Kombat was able to dethrone Meryl Streep because The Devil Wears Prada 2 remains number one in the box office in its second week, grossing $43 million. And so far,
Yay!
the film has grossed
Long
over
live
$400
Meryl.
million worldwide. Alright, so that, but some people, so one takeaway from this is that there's still an audience for chick flicks getting theatrical
Oh yeah.
releases.
So there's a few things that I think why okay, besides it is a sequel to a very popular film that like still holds up, but also like the cast for The Devil Wears Prada was already really good, and they managed to get I think about like all the main actors back. They got of course Meryl and Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and of course the Tooch himself, Stanley Tucci. Um and uh like I think just like Anne Hathaway, she's like one of the few young like stars who has managed to have just a killer track record over the years. She has started so many fantastic movies, and she herself is also really amazing. Excuse me, sorry. But I'm not surprised, and you're also right. This does prove that people still like chick flicks, but also like in sorry. um uh I haven't seen this movie in a Devil Wears Prada in a while. I need to rewatch it, but I think it's also just a feel good movie, and with everything going on, people really want movies like that.
Hmm. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so yeah, and also read that because of this film, Disney became the first studio of the year to gross 200 billion, I mean, 2 billion at the worldwide box office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I keep forgetting that this, they own the 20th century label now.
Oh, that's right. I forgot this was a Fox film originally.
Hmm. Okay, let's see here.
So it seems. like also the new movie Sheep Detectives actually did better than expected.
Hmm.
Um, and the Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour live in 3D landed in 5th place.
Let's see. And Mortal Kombat 2, who the sequel to the live action movie released during the pandemic, it came in at second place with about 40 million.
That's not bad.
Hmm.
And it looks like I checked on Rotten Tomatoes. It has an 89% what's it called? Audience score.
Oh.
So it looks like it's like pretty decent. I do want to see Sheep Detectives because it just looks like
Oh
so
yeah, I
much fun,
heard
and it
good things
also is
about that
getting good
one.
reviews. There's a lot of movies I'm gonna try to see with my AMC A list
Aw.
because a lot of really good stuff has come out. All right, next up. All right, so if you guys are, a little older, you guys might remember a show called El Tigre that was created by Jorge Gutierrez, and then he later on went to make the Book of Life, um, which is a very underrated animated movie. It is about the Day of the Dead, and it is gorgeously animated. It is so beautiful. Well, he is apparently working on an animated Lovecraft anthology.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is gonna be one of 9 short films take place in this anthology. And if
Ooh.
it let's see, production is gonna begin in late 2026. It will translate cosmology pre-Hispanic Mexico, like in Mesoamerican mythology with the symbolisms of the Necronomicon. I know.
Mm,
So it's gonna be like a Lovecraftian with a Latin American flair to it.
mhm. Like all of his stuff, which
Awesome.
I'm totally fine with.
Oh yeah, and I'm still hoping he's gonna direct that Speak Gonzalez animated movie he talked about a while back.
Yes, please. Like, literally
I
perfect
know.
director. Give him the job.
And let's see.
Alright, and if we're ending off with a trailer.
Oh, I forgot about this one. Okay. And oh my god, I got 85 million views in just 3 days.
Mhm.
Like, apparently that's a world record for like a trailer.
So, I actually read the book this was based off of. I need to reread it. It's really good. So, I mean, I already had high hopes for this because it's Lakia,
Hmm.
and even, like, their films that, like, are not perfect are still really, really good, and this is it's a very, like, kinda it I think if I remember, it was I think I wanna say it's kinda like a dark fantasy sort of for, like, younger people, um, and it's about these, 2 siblings. It's about an older girl named, Prudence. She is out with her little brother, and all of a sudden, all these crows come and kidnap her little brother. Literally, they swarm him and pick him up and steal him, and so she has to go to a place called the Wildwood to rescue him.
God, it's all these. I just gone
This,
to
I
that
think, is
one
like
scene with the kid on the edge of the rooftop, like he's about to jump. Oh my god! So this is
yeah,
definitely
again.
gonna look like it's gonna be darker than the
Mhm.
previous films, which is saying a lot.
Yeah. This, I think, is, like, also probably one of their prettiest looking films
Oh
since,
yeah,
like, Coraline.
like there are just so many characters on screen at once. Like I can only imagine how intricate it had to be just posting all of them and frame by frame.
Yeah. I know they had announced this, like, a while ago, but I'm not surprised it took them so long because, dude, the details in this are crazy.
Oh yeah, and I can see why so many people are hyped about this. Cause oh lordy, oh I saw that. Sorry, it's just that one scene where the guy just ripped his chest open to reveal a bunch of gears inside.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
This
What?
is gonna be good.
Mhm.
I think this might possibly win, the Oscar for Best Animated Picture.
Yeah, like aside from hoppers, there's not that much competition in the medium right now.
Yeah, I feel like if there is gonna be some competition, it's gonna probably be from,
Mm,
non-American studios.
mm. Okay, let's
Alrighty, time for recommendations. Do you want me to go first, or do
you
you
go
wanna go
first.
first? Alright, so I feel like this might be kinda cheating just because I watched this yesterday, but, we have gotten a new pilot over at Glitch Studio called Gameaverse. Right now, it already has 4 million views. This was created by, Rubber Ross, and apparently he's been working on this for years. It takes place in a world where it seems like video games are real, and it focuses on 2 characters named Kit and Caboodle. Um, so apparently it is not a good thing if the hero wins on their planet, because if they do, it destroys them. So now, Kit and Caboodle are working to stop the heroes from being successful on their planets. And they also, run into a little Barney-esque character. I
Mhm,
think his name is it Gobbles? Yeah, Gobbles. He's a Lurnosaurus, from an edutainment game. And
mm.
so far, I'm really into this. I really love the character designs. It's a little now. There is going to be a lot of it's like lore, and it's going to be like deep because Kit has PTSD from losing her planet, but it also was a little more funny,
Hmm.
I think. Um the humor hits, but also like the cast is really, really good. We have Eric Halindbeck, who
Yeah, Erica
used to be
Lentech.
the voice of Barbie.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and she voices
And
Futaba in Persona 5, and she also voices Luna in Hell of a Boss.
yes. And then we have Schlatt, a popular YouTuber who is voicing Caboodle. Aaron Hansen voices both Gobbles and Flappers, who's this really enthusiastic but kind of dumb dolphin. And if you guys don't know, Aaron Hansen is Ego Raptor,
He's
who
one
is
half of Game
a
Grumps.
yes, but he's also an
Mhm.
animator. Um, and then this I found really shocking. Well, not shocking, but I guess more it was a happy surprise. But Christopher Sabat is voicing the villain Warwick. And for those of you who don't know, he's like a legend in the world of voice acting. He's known for Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Sharon, and a bunch of other Dragon Ball Z characters. He is Zoro in One Piece. It was All Might in My Hero
Oh, awesome.
Academia. He'll Yes, he was in Lupin the Third. He's in Black Clover. He was in Yu Yu Hakusho, Fruit Basket, Full Metal Alchemist. He's Armstrong. He is Armstrong in Full Metal Alchemist. He is again iconic, a legend. He's been in so much stuff. He's a very prolific voice actor. So I'm very happy that he's going to be in this.
And we also got Michael Cusack in it.
Yes.
He's the co-creator of Smiley and Friends, where he voices Pip and Mr. Frog, and those voices
Hmm.
And then Hell of a Boss as well. And
Oh, that's right, he does. Um, Vinny Vinesauce is also, had a guest
oh,
appearance, so did
nice.
Amelie. Yes. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of this, but also at the end, this was dedicated to Monty Orm. For those of you who are not aware, Monty Orm was the creator of Ruby. However, unfortunately, Monty died very young. He had a severe allergic reaction and he fell into a coma. And unfortunately, he did not come out of it. So I thought it was really sweet to see that this was dedicated to somebody, uh, people really loved and respected in the animation community.
Mm.
Now, as you guys know, I'm a streamer. And a while ago, there was the um, Otome Celebration Week, and I got to play a bunch of demos for some really awesome dating sims, and one of them that I'm really excited for is called Fate's Masquerade. Now, there's only a demo out. This is not a full game yet. Um, but the demo really impressed me. So you play as this young woman who witnessed her family be murdered, but you don't remember like anything else. You're trying to figure out who you are. You have a ring that has like a symbol on it. That's all you have. So in order to get answers, you decide to go work at the kingdom in like the capital because it has like the best library there. So you decide to become a governess for the young princess, but she also has two older brothers, and they both end up sort of becoming interested in you. You've got Lucian, who is the charming flirt, and then you have Maximilian, who is the serious like leader type. Now, I don't want to give spoilers. Again, it is on Steam if you are interested, but man, I was very impressed with this game because like while there's no voice acting, the characters have a little more movement than a lot of other dating sims I've seen. And I think this is the studio's first, yep, it's their first game. So I was very impressed. I will leave a link to the demo in the description if you guys want to check it out and wishlist it.
Okay. Oh, my turn. So,
Yep.
I haven't had much free time to watch or play anything new, but I did manage to see a few things. One, this is actually a new docu-series by National Geographic, Secrets of the
Ooh.
Bees.
Ooh.
This is a two-part documentary all about you guessed it, bees and all the different species of bees that they observe. And the bees are a lot more intelligent than I thought. Like I thought they were just mindless drones serving the queen, but they are resourceful and creatures and very capable. Like they showed this one bee trying to create a new hive and use an abandoned sea cell, but in order to prevent the rain from flooding the cell, it started getting a bunch of dirt, using its saliva to get all wet to I was I was make it so it will avoid any rain coming in. They also saw this one
Hmm.
study where they had bees, two areas. One where bees can do their usual work, and one that was just filled with wooden bars with no reward or incentive whatsoever. And yet, despite having no incentive to, some of the bees started landing on the wooden bars and started moving them around, almost like play. Like we never associate insects with play. Like they're more reward driven, and like plays you see some and you see with mammals. So it was incredible to see that bees can like to play when they want to. Oh, which is amazing. It's on Disney Plus right now, and the first episode you can also watch on the National Geographic YouTube channel. And
Okay.
the second one is Dispatch. Like I am obsessed with this game right now. You play as Robert Robertson III, aka Mecha Man, and he's a superhero, but he doesn't have any powers or anything. Instead, he inherited a mech suit from his father that's been in his family for generations. And however, um, after trying to take down a supervillain syndicate, the suit gets destroyed. Right, but we see an opportunity from a company called, let's see, the Superhero Dispatch Network, or SDN, and where he's gonna dispatch superheroes to emergency situations, like first responders almost. Host. But it turns out his team were all former supervillains. And, and it's like, so it's gonna be hard to manage them. It was made by Ad Hoc Studios, which is made up of former Telltale Games employees. Okay, so not only do they have a lot of dialogue trees and the story changes and depending on the decisions you make, but also it's a management sim where you have to figure out what superheroes work best for what emergency situation, and because they're breaking into different stats of each ability, each hero you dispatch having their own strengths and weaknesses, and you can even level them up depending on how often you send them out, so they can unlock new abilities and perks, while also managing the cooldowns, as well as hacking minigames and quick time events. Like it's part choose your own adventure, part management sim, part workplace comedy.
Okay, I also just wanna mention that, like, the voice cast in this is also really amazing. I have the game, I need to play it, but I was watching my friend play it, and you have Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Matt Mercer, as well as Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical, and the rapper Young Gravy, who is one of my favorite rappers, but also, oh, shoot, I'm forgetting her name. She voices one of the villains. Um, the girl with the hair that's, like, two-toned. What
Let's
was her
see.
name?
Hang on. It's Prism. No wait.
Yes, she's also voiced by a rapper. Have you ever heard the song, "I say these hoes
That Squad.
depressed." That Squad,
Yeah,
yes! I love her. I was so we hear like, I was watching my friend Ratty play it, and they played her song "Pound Cake," and I'm like, "Wait, is that who I think it is?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's That Squad."
yeah.
So,
I send in
yeah,
Sonar.
I
Oh,
get
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I send in my most sent out hero is Sona, voiced by Most Critical. He's the intelligent Batman bad hybrid, and like he's good at intelligence and charisma, which is good if I have a job that requires negotiate people skills and brains. However, after coming back from a successful missions, he turns into a large monstrous bat. So while his intelligence and charisma goes down, his strength and dexterity goes up. And
I still say, like
so-
oh, go
and
ahead.
it only changes back. Oh, excuse me. After you send him out on a mission. Yeah, I'm
Um,
up to episode 4 at the moment, and I can't wait to play more of this.
okay, so next up, we have actually a series,
Oh,
called it is a British stop motion series called Trap Door. We'll see you guys next
oh, I
time.
never heard of this. Looking forward to it.
Alrighty.
Okay, and
Uh
let me just export this. Yobi the